right, here I am with Gina Mazany here, Ryan MacCarthy, Low Kick MMA. Thanks for joining us, Gina. I definitely appreciate you giving us some time here. How are things going on your end right now?
So far, so good. I'm grateful it's Friday. I'm ready for the weekend, although I'm still training tomorrow. But I'm excited to have like one rest day. That'll be nice. So yeah, no, things are great.
For sure. Yeah, I'm super pumped it's Friday as well. Yeah, I don't have training tomorrow though, so
Well, there you go.
yeah, exactly. But no, yeah, kind of want to just see how things are going, on your end. You did get you were in the fight news a couple of days ago. They did announce you were going to be facing off against Rachael Ostovich in November, I believe, on a fight night card. So just wanted to get your thoughts on that. Was that something that was expected for you and the team, or is that an opponent you're excited about as well?
To be honest, like I've had a lot of major changes in the past like 2-3 months. Like I moved homes from Vegas to Kansas City, changed coaches. My coach is now James Krause. I train at Glory MMA. Yeah, like a lot of big changes has happened. So we've been talking about me dropping to 125, and James Krause just kind of pushed me a little bit more, or like kind of gave me the confidence more that I could make it to 125 and thought it'd be a good fit for me. So making those changes. And yeah, when I heard about the fight, I mean, I feel like any opponent I'm excited for. So I was stoked for it.
Yeah, for sure. And like you mentioned, you switch camps. You're switching weight classes as well. You're dropping down to flyweight. Last time we saw you, you were at bantamweight. You were fighting in May, I believe, against Julia Avila.
Mm-hmm.
Your way, unfortunately. But did you take any takeaways from that? Of course, you switched camps and you moved cities as well. So of course you made some changes as well. But did you take anything away from your last fight? I'm sure it must have been frustrating in regards to the stoppage, and it was are you trying to kind of get back on your feet with the new team and everything like that? Of course, James Krause as well. Seems like you're in a good place mentally, and then of course dropping down to flyweight physically as well.
Yeah. Wait, what was the question? Oh, I'm trying to think what the question was. There's so much.
So does the training change with more weight coming off? Is the mentality different for you at all?
No,
Well,
the main change like is just gonna be so like what I took from my last fight was that I mean it sucked. I got caught with a body shot is what curled me, and it just, if anyone's ever been hit good in the body, like they know what I'm talking about. Like literally your entire body just shuts down. It's not definitely how I wanted to go, but she was the better fighter that night, so power to her. Um, uh, but yeah, but what I learned from it is that I just need to have a better game plan. I need to have a better, like I just like to fight and I just go out and fight, and I just kind of, and then I just kind of ran into stuff. Like so I just need a better game plan. I need to be a little bit more organized. And that's one thing I love about James Krause's system is that he keeps me really organized. And like my game's a little bit more organized, like chain wrestling and then like striking and just, I don't know. He's like a little MMA nerd when it comes to this kind of stuff.
awesome. Yeah, I mean, it definitely seems like it's been a good change for you so far. And this will be your first fight with James Krause as well, coming up in November.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um, but yeah, my fiance Tim Elliott, he used him, or he didn't use him, but he trained with him to get to the UFC, and then his last fight, he came and worked with him, and yeah, and it was successful. So those two vibe really well together as
Awesome. Yeah.
well.
Congrats on the engagement. I meant to mention that. I know that was a couple months ago, but congrats otherwise. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean, kind of going off of that, going into this fight, of course, you still got a couple months to prepare for Rachel. But have you guys been game planning for her? I'm sure. What do you make of her as an opponent going into November?
I mean, she's a tough opponent. You can't underestimate anybody you go against, especially at this level. And she's fought some really tough girls, and I don't really, I mean, win or lose, like a tough fight's a tough fight. So, But yeah, I know she's a tough opponent. I'm definitely we're game planning for her for sure, but then we're also kind of just like game planning on making me the best Gina I can be for any situation. Because I think if I'm just like, if my edges are all sharp, I should be a-okay. But yeah, it's been a good time, like really having something to work towards and having a goal. Like a lot of my fights are short notice. Fun to have something to plan out.
Yeah, for sure. And then do you see a path to victory? Of course, it is a couple months out, so you got plenty of time to game plan with the new team, of course, new camp. But do you have a prediction of what do you think is going to happen in a couple months here against Rachael?
Oh man, there's so much time in between there.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, any finish would make me a happy camper. I'm coming off a pretty crappy loss that makes me feel terrible, so I would love to redeem myself and redeem the people who like to watch me fight, because that was not me at all, and I'm just super bummed about it. But I don't know. It'll probably be good and exciting and fun and fast. I think I'm going to be a whole nother animal at 125. I'm just going to be just a bigger, big, strong bear, so it'll be good.
Awesome. Yeah, for sure. And then kind of, are you more confident? Do you think your confidence changes going into a new weight class? Of course, you were at bantamweight last fight. You actually were at lightweight the fight before that.
Yeah.
So a lot of changes, physically for you, and of course mentally with the new camp as well. So are you more confident going into this fight, you think?
I mean, I think confidence is a key point in any fight you go into. As for the size, like at the end of the day, the size really doesn't matter. I mean, it does in some ways, but it doesn't in other ways. But for this one, will be nice. Is like I'll finally be taller than an opponent. Like I feel like I've been like fighting these tall, big girls, and like I said, it doesn't matter too much, but it kind of does. So maybe it will pull into my advantage quite a bit, just being a bigger, stronger person. Assuming so, since I'm dropping down from a bigger, stronger weight class. But yeah, no, I hope it. I mean, I hope it makes me feel super good. Feeling all big. Right now, it's weird for me because I'm getting little, and I'm like, I'm not used to.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I actually wanted to get your thoughts on Curtis Blaydes here. He actually made some comments. I wasn't too sure if you had seen that or not, about women in MMA and social media. And he actually singled out Rachael Ostovich, your opponent, in a couple months here, and he did face some backlash. I wasn't too sure if you've seen those comments before or not. It was a couple months ago, I believe. So I did want to get your thoughts on that, about what he said. It like I say, he got some backlash. It was a little controversial. I totally, sorry?
What did he say?
So he said that he, completely agrees with women in MMA, of course, women fighters and everything, but he disagrees with people that have jobs just because they're, quote unquote, I think pretty, or hot, just because, Rachael posts, Instagram pics of her in a bikini and stuff like that. And he also mentioned Paige Van Zandt as well. And I think he had mentioned that fighters like them don't deserve a roster spot. If you look at their records, and, they're really just on the roster because of their, looks maybe. So he obviously got some backlash for those comments. I wanted to see if you had seen those comments before, or if you had any thoughts about that at all.
I mean, let's be fair. Like, there's tons of men out there that have nothing but trash to say about female fighters. And unfortunately, that's never going to change. Fortunately, though, for women like Rachael and Paige, who are just like banging hot girls, more than likely, those guys who are making those comments would never, ever, ever, ever have a chance to hook up with one of those kind of girls that could beat your ass and outshine you in like a fine dress. So that's my thought on it. But no, I think more power to women. Like I mean, hell, if I had Rachel's assets, like I'd show them too. But I just, that's just not my jam. So, but no, I think, I mean, whatever you like to do, and like whatever you like to show off, and like do your thing. So I don't know, but yeah, I think there is not very often do you hear a lot of women bashing other women. I mean, anyone's doing good, they're not going to bash someone else doing good. So it's like, yeah, they may post a little more risque stuff than I do, but I'm not going to judge them on it. Like, hell. And it doesn't take away them as an athlete. And it's like when people talk about Paige, like Paige is she's a tough chick. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. And, to be honest with you, I think they're both pretty good fighters. If you ask me, I mean, they're
Yeah.
in the UFC for a reason. They can kick my ass. That's for sure.
Yeah. Good. I wasn't, but I mean, like you've seen like Paige's fights and she's just like covered in blood and shit. And she's like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Rachel's too, like she's been covered in blood and she's, chilling too. So I mean, you can be both. You can be a beauty and a beast.
For sure. Yeah. And I couldn't agree more. I definitely appreciate you commenting on that. Definitely, it took me aback when I saw those comments because I'm a fan of Curtis, but yeah, definitely an interesting perspective from him that I don't think many people agree with, to be honest with you. So,
Yeah.
tough for him. But, kind of just moving off of that, I was curious. You're still young. You're 32. You're still in your prime, of course. Yeah, so do you have any specific goals for 2020? Of course, you're going to be fighting Rachael in November. Would be a great win for you to cap off the 2020, camp season, year, whatever it is, and kind of go from there into 2021. So do you have any goals beyond 2020, you and the team, or are you really just kind of focused in on November?
Honestly, at this point, not looking too far past November, just because that's what's gonna pave my road to whatever else I need it. And but occasionally I do daydream and think about like what I want to do after I win this fight November 28th. It's like, yeah, I want to keep fighting. I want to keep the ball rolling. I just feel like I've never been able to I've never given myself the opportunity to like show off what I can do and how good I am, how strong I am, how hard I hit, and all that fun stuff. So I just want to be able to fight as much as possible, for as long as possible, and obviously not just fight, but winning. I want to win.
For sure.
So,
Yeah. No, for sure. I appreciate your answers here. And no, thanks for giving me some time, Gina. Like I said earlier, definitely look forward to you competing on November 28th on a fight night card. I don't believe we have a location yet. Do we? I don't think we do.
no, I'm not sure. I don't know. But
Okay.
I've been to the fights in Vegas. I've been to the fights in Abu Dhabi. So I'm ready for anything.
Ready for anything? Cool. Yeah, well, I'm intrigued to see you fight against Rachael in a couple months here. Still far out, so we got a bit of a wait, but I really look forward to you competing, Gina. I look forward to see you win, actually. So I really look forward to seeing your path to success, and I hope you have a great rest of 2020. I'm sure we'll connect again.
Thanks a ton. You as well.
Thanks a lot, Gina. Have a good one.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.